Dolphins' first offensive possession of the preseason. And played over to Wilson, but he is met late in the season. That's the focus of this team. Here's River Cracraft. Across the 10. 15. Cracraft fumbles. That ball is loose, but it does roll out of bounds. Penix. Short throw. Complete. Then a fumble. That ball is loose.
Good evening, I'm Sophia Fletcher.
And I'm Charlotte Monroe. We begin tonight with some deeply unsettling news about our local area.
That's right, Charlotte. Authorities are on high alert after another tragic and disturbing incident. The so-called snapshot killer has struck again.
The victim identified as 32-year-old Emily Carter. She was found late last night in her apartment.
Emily Carter's murder is the latest in a string of killings linked to the elusive and frightening individual. The snapshot killer, as he's being called, has gained notoriety for his grim ritual of photographing his victims before he kills them.
It's worth noting that the killer seems to have no clear pattern or preference in his selection of victims.
Joining us now live from the scene is our reporter John Miller. John, can you tell us a little bit what's happening there?
All right, thank you, Sophia. We're here live at the scene of the crime, and I can tell you just from hearing what the police are talking about coming out of the building that it is a very grisly sight. The killer is leaving photographs of these victims. I mean, from what we can tell, he stalks his victims beforehand and leaves pictures leading all the way up until the killing.
John, have the authorities given any indication of what might have led them to this location or any new information about the case?
You know, authorities have been very tight-lipped about the case, but from what I've been able to discover to talking some of them on the ground here today, is that this killer tends to stalk his victims the very night of the killing. And he's been labeled the snapshot killer for a reason. He takes pictures of his victims leading up as he stalks them all the way up to the time of the killing. So if you see anybody stalking you with a camera and taking photos, beware.
Thank you, John. This is a tense and troubling time for our community. If you have any information that could assist in the investigation, please contact local authorities immediately.
We'll continue to keep you informed as more details emerge. Stay safe and be vigilant. Lock your doors. The killer may very well be still active in this area. We'll be right back with from the short break.